Welcome to VGE. I'm Samantha McCune from Group 15.
I'm Shane Riggs.
And I'm Nikhil Tolliver.
On today's episode, we're looking at handheld gaming. We're looking at its origins, its coming to prominence during the 1990s, and how the platform will grow moving forward.
When we think of handheld gaming, we think of that Nintendo ad for the Game Boy. Now you're playing with power, portable power. But handheld gaming had been around way longer than the introduction of the Game Boy. In fact, some of the first handheld gaming devices were released in the 1970s by toy companies. Some of these devices included Mattel's Auto Race, Mattel's Electronic Football, and Parker Brothers' Merlin, released in 1978. Nintendo's first handheld was actually Game & Watch, which was released in 1980. This electronic game series didn't only inspire the design of the Nintendo DS, but it also inspired Nintendo to create the Game Boy. These early devices inspired a movement that is still going strong today.
With the success of the early handheld devices and the massive popularity of the Nintendo Game Boy, companies threw their hats into the ring during the 1990s. Most notably, Sega, the main competitor of Nintendo during their early 90s console wars. Sega made two handheld consoles during the 1990s, the Game Gear and the Sega Nomad. Other companies also tried to compete during this time in an attempt to loosen Nintendo's hold on the market. Atari released the Atari Lynx in 1989, only 2 months after the Game Boy, and NEC released the Turbo Express in 1992. The main problem with all these systems was their size and cost. While the Game Boy released at an $89 price tag, other consoles attempted to be more powerful or add features that the Game Boy didn't have, so these consoles ended up being way overpriced. The Turbo Express was $249 at launch, the Lynx $179, and the Game Gear was $149. Because of this, Nintendo outsold all of its competitors and has maintained control of the handheld market ever since. Only Sony has made any attempt to compete with Nintendo in this market.
The future of handheld gaming is continuing to evolve. Nintendo continues to have a hold on the handheld market and is strengthening its grip by merging their consoles and handheld markets. The Nintendo Switch combines a handheld with a console and allows you to choose which way you play. Today it seems every person has a phone with them, and major developers are jumping to the mobile gaming platform. Sega, Nintendo, Square Enix, Konami, and Bandai are just a few of these major developers releasing games on mobile. Augmented reality and VR give us a different way to play on the go. Whether it's chasing down that Bulbasaur in Pokemon Go or experiencing VR gameplay with the Samsung Gear VR, the landscape is continually changing, especially with the advancements of the technology and the growth of gaming in popular culture.
According to an article by Newzoo, mobile and handheld gaming accounted for 36% of global video game revenue in 2015. The video game industry made over $91.8 billion in the year 2015. That was 2 years ago, before Pokemon Go, before the Nintendo Switch. The industry is only getting bigger and bigger, and this digital game culture started by toy companies in the 70s is just growing to unbelievable heights, and it shows no signs of slowing down.